Reagan's speech in Germany was one of his greatest ever. He was speaking concerning the potential fall of communism. His tone seemed to be real happy. He seemed happy to be there. He was received greatly by the people, by the audience that was there, which was probably mostly German. He was there in Berlin. He started speaking about a lot of the success and progress that they had there in West Berlin. There was a couple times where Reagan even chose to speak in German. He was trying to directly connect with the Germans there, calling them Berliners, but he was also speaking to the world and speaking on freedom and how successful it was. He spoke directly to the problem, which at the time was communism, and the main person or the main country that he was speaking to was the Soviet Union. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He didn't beat around the bush and say, well, there may be some good aspects to communism. He got right to the point and talked about the dysfunctional, uncooperative government that was communism. He made some pretty bold statements and suggested many things that he would like Gorbachev, who was then the president or the prime minister dictator of Russia at the time. One of the unique things about this speech is everybody knows the term Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. That happened about halfway through the speech. So in a way, you see the climax of this speech. It happened about halfway through. It was well received, received a lot of applause, and that's pretty much what this speech was remembered for. He ended the speech talking about love and he actually used a personal response to some protesters who were protesting him even coming to the country to speak on communism and to speak on change there in Berlin. And he really looked at the audience and looked up at the camera, and you could tell that he showed a lot of sincerity. Reagan's biggest success in this speech was that he showed that he was not only the leader of a free nation in the United States, but he was the leader of the free world at the time, and that's what he was there to promote, was freedom.